So now let us see a few tasks for if conditional clauses, what we have discussed earlier. Task 17, fill in the blanks using suitable forms of the words given in the brackets. First one, if Amy had cleaned her room, her mother, in the blank option is B, they have given happy. So answer is would have been happy. If Amy had cleaned her room, her mother would have been happy. Second one, you will get an immediate reply if you write a mail to the customer relations officer. Option is right and the same answer is written there. If you read, the third one, if you read, the option is read, answer is read, books all night long, you would not be able to get up early. And coming to fourth one, if you throw a party while your parents are gone, you blank be in big trouble. For this B form, you have to take help of will be structure. And fifth one, if I blank, that is B form is the option. If I were you, I would listen to the advice and go to a dentist immediately. This is task 17. And coming to task 18, spot the errors in these sentences and correct them. First one, if it will be sunny, the guest will want some lemonade. So will is not the answer there. If it is sunny, if it is sunny, the guest will want some lemonade. Second, if I'm having more money, I would bought a house. Here you need to write, if I had more money, I would bought a house. Third one, if you had been sleeping on time, you would be able to wake up early. The correct answer is, if you had slept early, if you had slept on time, if you had slept on time, you would be able to wake up early. Fourth one, if I will be stuck in traffic, I will let you know, not will. If I'm stuck in traffic, I will let you know. Fifth one, if my brother will be moving to Singapore, I will visit him there. And the correct sentence structure is, if my brother moves to Singapore, I will visit him there. Sixth one, if they would want to, they can host the event. You can remove it and you can write, if they want to, they can host the event. These are the simple exercises, tasks of if conditional clause. So one should be well equipped what condition we are talking about. When we are talking about type 1 condition, what is often real, what is the conditional clause we should use? When you are talking about second condition, type 2, that is hypothetical unreal condition, what is the clause and how the structure should be? And coming to the third one, if you are talking about imagined condition which cannot be possible in the future, then you have to take help of third type 3 conditional clauses. So this is very, very important for making this sentences when you are talking about the conditions. Now let us move to punctuations in the unit 1 itself. What is a punctuation? What are punctuation marks? So this is very, very important. Many students go wrong in doing these things. What are these? Punctuation marks are symbols which help organize the structure of written language. To give correct structure of written language, to give organization of written language can be done with the help of punctuation marks. These punctuation marks indicate intonation and pauses to be observed when reading aloud. So with the help of these punctuation marks, we can come to know where to raise the voice, where to make the voice down when we are reading aloud, sing a text. And these punctuation marks help avoid ambiguity in expression. Ambiguity means not clearance. This, if you learn how to keep correct punctuation marks, this can help us to remove ambiguity, not unclearness in expressing something. In this age of instant messaging and chatting, punctuation is often neglected. This becomes a major problem, especially when you are required to write essays, proposals, letters, etc. The correct use of punctuation marks lends accuracy to a written text. while incorrect usage of punctuation can lead to miscommunication and confusion. So especially in this chatting, messaging, in this technological world, students are completely avoiding this punctuation marks, where to keep them, where not to keep them, and that will be a minus point to them when they write essays and letters and proposals. So learning correct usage of punctuation marks is always helps you in scoring good marks. Here is a quick reference guide to some commonly used punctuation marks. A few tasks have been included to help you practice their correct usage. There are many punctuation marks, but in the text, we have got some important punctuation marks which can help you in learning them. Study the rules and examples given below, then attempt the task. First, punctuation mark what we are studying is comma. When to use this? To separate elements in a list of 3 or more items. So, when you are separating elements in a list of 3 or more items, we use comma. Example, she is active on LinkedIn, comma, Facebook, comma, Instagram, and several other lesser known social networking sites. This is one usage of comma and means separating a list of items. Second one, before certain conjunctions like but, else, so, and few more. So before conjunctions, you can use this comma like she is a good writer, comma, but she doesn't like blogging. So before certain conjunctions, you can use. And third one, to separate introductory elements in a sentence. So introductory elements, example, given the increasing number of people preferring to buy phablets, comma, it is not surprising that the usage of mobile data is increasing. So introductory, what is introductory element in this sentence? Given the increasing number of people preferring to buy phablets, this is the introductory element. And the other one is supporting statement. So to divide introductory element, you can take help of a comma. Fourth one, to separate parenthetical elements in a sentence, parenthetical elements which are in brackets. According to a survey, HubPages, a site that hosts user-created content, was ranked the 104th most visited site in the US. So that these are some usages of comma. Comma splice is a general error that occurs when a comma is used to connect two independent clauses. So better make comma where to use comma and where not to use comma. And comma splice is one more which occurs when a comma is used to connect two independent clauses. When you are connecting two independent clauses, we use comma splice. John regularly posts update, example for that comma splice. John regularly posts updates on her Facebook wall. All her friends regularly comment on her updates. So this is a wrong one. You shouldn't write these sort of sentences. Comma should not be used here. This is about a comma, and the other one what we have is apostrophe as a punctuation mark. So when to use apostrophe? First one, in contracted words, we can use apostrophe. I am, who is, whose. Second one, to indicate position, you can use apostrophe like this actor's movies are hugely popular. When using the apostrophe to indicate position, it is important to place it in the correct position. So the other one is colon, 2 dots. To introduce an idea that is an explanation or confirmation of the one that comes before it. First usage, like example, he was very happy with the results. He had put in a lot of hard work, very happy in the results, comma, colon, and he had put in a lot of hard work. Second usage, to introduce a list, when you are introducing a list, you can use a colon. I need a research assistant who can do the following. It's a colon, who can do the following. Introduction, you are giving the list now. Assist me in lectures, check and compile journal, articles, and maintain the equipment in the lab. Third one, to introduce quoted material. When you are using quoted material, you can take help of colon. Like Gandhi said, colon, you must be the change you wish to see in the world. Like this, you need to use colon. Then comes semicolon, 1 dot on the top and a comma on the down. First one, in complicated lists. In the seminar today, in complicated lists, when you are talking about the example. In the seminar today, we have Professor Raj, IIT Delhi, colon, semicolon, Professor Swaroop, NIT Warangal, semicolon, Dr. Madhusudan, Director of Forensic Research, Institute Hyderabad, and Dr. Swati, Chairman of Legal Aid Cell. For separating closely related independent clauses also, you can use this apostrophe. And coming to dash. There are three types of dashes: hyphen, small dash, n dash, a bit bigger than hyphen, m dash, the biggest dash among all the punctuation marks. So when to use hyphen? Hyphen, it is used to join words to indicate that they have a combined meaning. Join words and they have a combined meaning. Like low budget, joined words. Low is one word, budget is one word, but they are joined with a hyphen, but indicating a combined meaning. First class, self-evident, self-evident. Second one, separate words in established compound adjectives, like state of the art in compound adjectives. These are adjectives, separate words, but in compound it is an adjective. Tongue in cheek, these are hyphen usages. And coming to n dash, n dash, n, a small hyphen is very small dash, n dash is a bit big dash. It is used to indicate a range like that of pages, dates, chronological time, etc. Like pages, dates, 1966 to 2000. You should not use hyphen here, you should use n dash here. And 34 to 100 page numbers, you should use n dash. July to September, you should use n dash. And in phrases such as democratic, republican, alliance, India, Sri Lanka pact, etc., all these things you can use n dash. Coming to m dash, it is used in speech to indicate a break in thought or shift in tone. M dash is a bigger dash in punctuation mark. When the book was finally delivered, see, speech to indicate a break in thought or shift in tone. Nearly 3 weeks after she had ordered it, she decided to return it. These are some usages of n dash, dash, hyphen, n dash, and m dash, and comma, punctuation. All the punctuation marks should be, students should be careful in learning this punctuation.